Hey there, Chem 1030 students. My name is Professor Bean. I am your lecture instructor for this course this semester, and I'm going to walk you through a few things to help get you started quickly. We see here Vol State's homepage. A quick way to get to eLearn, that's where our course is up here where it says eLearn near the top. So click on that, and that takes you to the eLearn login page. I've actually already logged in. And so you see my eLearn login page. Down here, you should see your classes, but search around if you don't. You're either in Chem 1030 CO1 or CO2, and then you just click on this picture to go into the course. A couple things to note here in the upper right. This is the mail icon. If there is an orange dot, that means you have a new mail message. So you want to go to the email within eLearn and check that. This is for discussion board discussions, and these are for new notifications. So you see dots up here if you have something new, so just be on the lookout for those. So we're going to go ahead and go into our Chem 1030 course. Again, go to the one that shows. This is our fall 2023 that we see here. This front page is your news items, and as you scroll down, you will see various news items. These will rotate as a new news item goes up. This may be moved down the page, but you can always scroll down to get to this if you need to. This is the video that you're watching. It will be linked here as well as in the content. I'll show you that. And again, by the time you see this, there may be another news announcement. And as I get down here, I see the college-wide policies. So this is something for you to scroll through. These are the college-wide policies. You can either scroll like I'm doing here. Pay attention to them if they apply to you. If you have accommodations, do make sure that you put them in place. I don't put any accommodations in place until I get an email from the Access Center, so be sure that you're checking this out. You can see what happens about incompletes and alerts, etc. as you scroll down here. Again, that stays down here on this home page. Once you finish reading the news items and watching this video, or you can do it as you watch the video as you navigate along in eLearn, you're always going to want to start up here under content. So I'm going to go to content, and it's going to take a minute. There we go. All right. And on the content page, here we go. One more time. All right. Over here on the left will be the modules. So see here we see this is the outline of the course. And up near the top there is the Getting Started Here module. That's where you want to start. This is an overview. You can take a look at that. Table of contents shows you everything. Getting Started is our first module. So again, here is the video, the overview video that you're watching. It will be linked here. As well as on the front page. Here is a checklist about getting started, instructor information syllabus. There is a course schedule that you can keep track of. This course schedule tells you what you're doing each week. All right. As we go down, any changes that we make to this will also be made in a news item, and you will be going to lab each week. This is your eLearn shell for both lecture and lab, so your lecture and lab grades will be here. Professor Molish is your lab instructor. I am your lecture instructor, Professor Bean, and so we're both posting in here. You are in person in lab this week, and so she's going to go over a lot of this with you as well. But you can see what's happening each week as you go to lab. And then your lecture is totally online. We don't meet for anything, any meetings, although we can meet if you have questions. But this is where you're going to find all of your assignments. Let me go back to getting started. All right. Again, as I scroll down, there's course expectations, technology information. This tells you a little bit about what is required for this course. There is an external site for homework and your textbook called Pearson Mastering Chemistry. Here's how you can get Microsoft Office 365, which you will need for some of your assignments. So be sure that you take a look at this. After you have read all of the getting started information, the getting started here, all of this information, again, you've got a checklist. This kind of goes down the syllabus, the welcome video that you're watching, getting set up in your Pearson site. There are some assignments. There's some getting started and attendance assignments before you get marked as attending in the lecture. So do make sure that you complete all of those assignments, or else you will get marked as not attending for scholarship and financial aid purposes. Very important. And then once you're finished with that, you can start on your week 1 assignments. We do have some assignments due this week. All right. And so you want to go ahead and get started on those just as soon as you can. I can always get to those over here on the left. Again, in the table of contents, we're in the Get Started here. All of these are in the Get Started here. And then when you're ready to begin on Module 1, all right, there is an overview and then a week 1. So you will go to week 1 next. This is our overview information and video. There will be a video here when you click on it. And then these are the assignments which are available on day 1 of the course and due on day 2. Now, one of the assignments is to go to Pearson and do an intro assignment at Pearson just to become familiar with how Pearson works. Please read the information for that. That's down here. All right. That information is in your Pearson handout. Where is it? There it is. There it is. It took me a minute. All right, so this talks about that first assignment after you register. And you want to pay attention to it after you register. This is instructions for registering for the Pearson site. And post if you have any questions. So as you come back here and look through the material and you get registered for the textbook and you start reading all the getting started material, which you need to do the first day of class, then you can post if you have questions. All right, you can post if you have questions. Up here along the top, we're in the content area. You have a communication area. This takes you back to the announcements or news items on the front page. This takes us to a discussion board, and this takes us to the course email. You can send me a message here and look in this box if you see the orange dot above the email, which you probably did, and see any messages sent to you. All right. Also in this communication, if I go to the discussions page, there is a coursework discussions board, and you want to be watching this. There's one for your lab as well as for the lecture material. And if you have any questions as you're going through the material week 1 and on, you absolutely can post here. So hopefully that gets you started. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Please go to lab this week. You need to go to your scheduled lab section. Look on your course schedule and meet Professor Molish and then get started in Chem 1030.